Now, in the wake of Roger Ailes' departure from Fox News, parent company 20th Century Fox has been looking into all the different activities of Roger Ailes when it concerned Fox News' budget. Now, Gabriel Sherman of New York Magazine wrote about this black room where Ailes used the Fox News budget to basically spy on the competition, as well as run negative PR campaigns against his enemies inside and outside of the company. So, speaking of competition and spying on the competition, CNN host Brian Stelter, while discussing the revelations of the Black Room, had this personal story to share about his experience with a Fox staffer.
The money stuff, this espionage or whatever you want to call it in-house, that's easier for us to cover. That's either there or it isn't. Right. Any proof?
In terms of the money, this is Gabriel Sherman's reporting in New York Magazine. He's been a leader on this story. He wrote a book about Roger Ailes a number of years ago. A lot of what he's reporting, I think reporters have suspected for a while. I'll give you an example. About 10 years ago, I had a crush on a woman at Fox News. She was a low-level staffer. I was in college at the time. So I was going out with what I thought were dates. Chris, I thought these were dates. These were not dates. She was actually reporting back to Fox News about me. She was reporting back about what I thought of her and about CNN and MSNBC and Fox. Because I was a reporter on the beat, they were actually spying on me that way. Now, I didn't think that was a big deal at the time. I thought it was the way Fox operates. Fox is a political organization. Yeah. But now we know they were actually sending out private investigators. They were
following reporters around. I mean, we knew
opponents.
Covering Fox, you had to deal with that. You'd get a call from them saying, you better be right on this story. You better be right. Or the implication was, we'll dig into your past. We'll dig into your private life.
So we sort of knew, but now we know much, much more because of these reports, like from Gabriel Sherman, saying that money, that Ailes was using Fox News money.
Yes, operatives that were on the staff, weren't really on the staff, but were being paid.
So I love that. So I thought I was going on dates with this hot chick from Fox News, but it turns out they weren't really dates. She was spying on me for Roger Ailes. Oh, see, that kind of makes sense because in order to work for Fox News, you either have to put up with sexual harassment or have sex, allegedly, with Roger Ailes. I mean, allegedly, not allegedly, because we've got plenty of evidence that certainly there were shenanigans going on at Fox News. I mean, in one of the testimonies, Roger Ailes has said, look, you either play with the big boys. If you want to play with the big boys, you got to play with the big boys. Meaning me. Okay, so not much of a stretch, right, to see that. But it's also kind of amazing how not surprised everyone is. I mean, sure, we're surprised, but not surprised. Because, of course, they all had the suspicion that, yeah, Fox News, they're not actually a journalistic entity. So it makes all the sense in the world to us that they would spy on the competition. Amazing. Now, the real revelation, obviously, for them is knowing, for one, they're actually right, that Fox News does this, but the extent of it and how they were actually, Roger Ailes was actually using Fox News' money, their budget, to go after his personal enemies inside and outside of the company. Now, of course, that says a lot about Fox News and the media in general. Like I said before this story broke, did you think that the average person knew that Fox News would hire private investigators to go after journalists? Would you ever have even thought that this kind of shit happens? No, at least I wouldn't have. Maybe I'm more naive than other people. But I think that, no, it's insane. Who does that? Who does that? Well, at least now we have an answer. So, who does that? Crazy people and shady organizations. That's who does that. Which, of course, explains Fox News and Roger Ailes. But anyway, to me, it's really amazing how we have a system in place that allows a propaganda network like Fox News to even exist. Now, I'm not saying that conservative media shouldn't be allowed. Obviously not. Like all media, all sides should be represented as long as they're based in facts. And shouldn't, be allowed to obviously harass reporters, spy on people, and do massive sexual harassment, as well as smear reporters, as they tried to do with journalist John Cook, as anti-Semitic. If you write something about us, if you try to investigate us, we're going to use these private investigators And we're going to use these blogs. We're going to use everything at our disposal to discredit you. That's awful. And obviously you shouldn't be allowed to do that. And of course, the rest of the media, as you heard, were like, yeah, we figured that one out, but we just couldn't prove it. Now, we're excited because we can actually prove what we knew all along. But see, that's the thing that blows my mind. That the people at Fox News would stop at nothing to silence truth. Why? Because they're not actually news people. They're propaganda artists running a 24/7 Republican Party smear machine. And that's what Fox News is. That's what they were set up to do. They weren't set up to give you the truth. They weren't set up to present the conservative worldview. What they were set up to do is to do propaganda against Democrats, against poor people, and against progressives. And now, thanks to, ironically, Gretchen Carlson, who I disagree with a lot, right? I'm not exactly fond of Gretchen Carlson. But thanks to her, we're finally getting an inside look into what's actually going on behind the scenes that we didn't know, but ended up suspecting all along. Hey everybody, if you like this video, then please like this video and share. And if you want to see more like this, then please hit that subscribe button below.